Iran just bombed a US military base. This isn't just another headline, this is one of the boldest acts of military aggression in recent memory. And this comes under the already intense Iran-Israel conflict. How did this happen? What will Trump say now? And how will it impact India? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Pratishtha Raghav, and this is Point Blank. On June 22, 2025, the US conducted Operation Midnight Hammer, striking Iran's nuclear sites in Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan with bunker buster bombs and tomahawks. Trump called this a spectacular military success, saying that all targets were obliterated. However, according to leaked intel, it suggests that Iran's uranium reserves may still be intact. Iran then retaliated with Operation Glad Tidings of Victory, firing 19 missiles at the Al Udeid air base in Qatar. Supreme Leader Khamenei called this a symbolic slap to America's face. A ceasefire proposal also came into effect on June 23rd between Iran and Israel, which was brokered by Qatar and the UN. On the other hand, Iran's parliament is considering closing the Strait of Hormuz, which could possibly threaten about 20% of the global oil shipments. June 23rd also welcomed Donald Trump and his insightful messages on the current scenario of the conflict. In one of his messages on Truth Social, Trump said, "The US expected the Iran response to be very weak and that they have countered it effectively." He later on thanked Iran for giving them early notice, which made it possible for no lives to be lost and nobody to be injured. He ended the message by saying Iran can now proceed to peace and harmony in the region, and I will enthusiastically encourage Israel to do the same. In another one of his tweets, he said, "It is not politically correct to use the term regime change, but if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change?" He went on to use the hashtag MIGA, Make Iran Great Again. Now, with a lot happening and the world on edge, how does this impact India? For starters, oil prices. Any disruption in Hormuz would spike up our fuel costs, impacting inflation and transport. Secondly, Indian nationals. Over 1,500 Indian nationals are currently in Iran, Iraq, and Qatar. Last, diplomatic balance. India has both ties to Iran and the US. Any escalation could lead to a diplomatic pivot. The ceasefire is fragile. The Iran-US standoff evolves quickly. China and Russia are closely observing. Trump is pressurizing. Biden seeks calm. One small miscalculation could lead to a regional conflict with global impact. For India, it's about balancing diplomacy, security, and stability without being drawn into a global showdown. Every strike, every message, every silence counts, not just for them, but for all of us. However, in the midst of this, India has achieved yet another milestone. Shubhanshu Shukla, Air Force Group Captain, has now aboard ISS Axiom-4. It's India's first official ISS mission in 41 years, making him the second Indian citizen in space after Rakesh Sharma in 1984. This has led to a wave of pride and patriotism in our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have been wonderful listeners. I've been Pratishtha Raghav. This has been Point Blank. I'll see you all in the next one. Jai Hind.